Hey everyone, thanks for checking in. Today I got the 450RL behind me and we're just going to have some fun and do a little bit of aesthetics, cosmetics sort of changes, modifications that are fun to do, change the look of your bike a little bit, and in this case could add some performance as far as the rider goes. So basically what we're going to do today is we're going to switch the seat cover out from the stock red seat cover to a Thrill Seekers gripper seat cover. Basically what we're going to do is we're just going to swap out this OEM seat cover, and I went with a blue color. I really like the blue accents on the 22 RL, and there was a bike that came out this year called the Honda CRF450RWE Works Edition Anniversary Edition. So the Anniversary Edition was thrown back to the color scheme of the early 80s, mid 80s bikes, with the red plastics, the blue seat, and gold anodized wheels. I love that color scheme. It's one of my favorites. My first bike was an 87 CR125. So that was red with the blue seat, and I think I might have had gold wheels. I don't remember. Anyways, I really like that color scheme. I love the way the blue accents here on the RL look, and I wanted to put some more blue into the mix. So we got a custom seat cover from Thrill Seekers, and it's a really nice blue. We'll go check that out now, and we'll put it on and see how the process goes. Alright, so we're going to open up our gripper seat cover by Thrill Seekers, and I'll show you what kind of specs I made for it as far as customization goes. Got a nice thank you card. Like I said, Thrill Seekers is a company that I think is pretty cool. Some nice stickers. And then get to the goods here. The gripper seat cover. There's a lot of companies that make seat covers now. So, I mean, they're all probably going to be pretty similar. As far as the performance goes, of one over the other, I can't really say. I haven't done many seat covers, but just kind of go with the one that you like the best as far as company goes, I suppose. But I can't say as to how good these are compared to the other companies, but I do like the quality of it. This is a very grippy, sort of rubbery material. I mean, it doesn't even slide on the wooden table. If this is important to you when you're riding, then this is pretty grippy. So you can rest assured that you're going to stay in one spot on the seat. And of course they have these ribs. These are gripper strips or something. I don't remember what they're called. But you can do all of these in different colors. I basically did the whole seat cover in the same color because I wanted it to look just like the Anniversary Edition CRF450RWE Works Edition. So I could have definitely went with a different side color, a different seat top cover, and then different colored ribs. I did that on the CRF50 project that Renan and I worked on, and that came out really nice to go with the graphics of the bike. So with this one, like I said before, I just wanted it to go with the blue that's on the bike now. So let's get the seat off the bike and start tearing into this, literally. Okay, removing the, I don't know how many, I'm not going to count them, let's say 100 staples out of the edge of this seat is going to be tedious and annoying. I've only done it once or twice before. We're just going to do this in a time lapse and get it over with as quick as I can and move on to the fun stuff. Alright, so we got the massive amount of staples out of there, and we're going to pull the still pristine stock red seat cover off, and it looks really similar to how the Thrill Seekers cover or any aftermarket cover would go on. So it's basically just a a replacement here. The seat foam underneath is molded, and it's pretty hard. Actually, I wish it was a little bit softer, but I don't ride on the road too much, so actually I'm okay with it being hard because probably going to ride this pretty aggressively, and it's more like a motocross seat. So here's the stock cover. We're going to hermetically seal that because if I ever sell the bike, it's a nice thing to go with it, or if I ever want to return it back to original, this will still be in pristine condition. So that's always a fun part about doing style upgrades, because you can, if you do them early enough, you can really keep your bike in showroom condition if you save the stuff when it's new. So we're gonna go ahead and get this cover on, and part of the difficulty of this is just getting it fitted up right. So they design these covers, they're bike specific, so it should fit up perfectly to it, but you never know. There's always a couple of challenges. So we're gonna go ahead and get this fitted up nice, and then I'm gonna throw just some Stanley staples with a regular staple gun. They're probably a little bit thicker than the originals, but they're a little bit shorter, so they don't plunge down so much, because I don't want them going through the foam. We don't want to use really long staples, so I'm going with a 1/4 inch depth staple that are 6 millimeters apart. Narrow crown, it's called. These are just Stanley staples, so nothing special. It's worth noting that Thrill Seekers does not recommend a regular stapler. They recommend a pneumatic stapler. Basically, they say if you don't have a pneumatic stapler, just go buy one, because it's going to make it that much easier. However, I have used this before on the Thrill Seekers cover, and it worked okay. We just have to make sure that the staples are actually all the way seated, because it might not have enough power to get the staples all the way seated down. So we'll just go around after the fact and use a hammer and bang them all the way in. So basically, we're going to do this in a couple of steps. You see, this is really loose right here, and obviously it cannot stay that way. So we're going to get 3 staples in the top front of the seat here. We're going to get 3 staples in the back. So we're going to get 3 staples up here, pull this really tight, get 3 staples on the bottom, and then we're going to get 1 staple on each side over here, pull it nice and tight, and then fill in the blanks using staples every 1 to 2 inches. But first, I'm going to try to pull this real tight and get everything kind of seated to where I want it. Worst case scenario, if you have wrinkles and you don't like it, you can always just take the staples out and try again. So now that we got it on there, we're just going to time lapse through the rest and get all the rest of these tons of staples on there that we need. Okay, so we got the cover on, and we did the best we could trying to get everything tight. This is the second one I've done, and it's I think it's pretty tough to get it perfect. Obviously, if you do enough of them, you can, but do the best you can. That's what I did. And my experiences with the other bike that we did it on is that the more you ride it, it'll kind of settle in and stretch and everything. Anyways, and like I said, you can always re-stretch it. So do the best you can. I use these bigger staples. They're pretty heavy duty, so I don't anticipate them going anywhere. And I knocked them in for a little bit extra. If you can do that, it's probably worthwhile. In the back here, you have to fold it over a couple. Thrill seekers say you can even trim this extra material here if you need to, but I don't see a reason to do that unless it's interfering with something on the bike. So let's slide it back on the bike, bolt it up, and see how it looks. All right, I'm really liking the way this is looking on this bike. So the blue actually matches almost perfect to the blue on the bike. On the camera, it looks a little bit lighter up here, but in person, it's really, really close. And this is the YZ blue color that Thrill Seekers offers. So really, really, really happy with the way this looks. It gives me that Anniversary Edition kind of look, the color scheme of those new bikes that don't have the gold wheels. That would be a cool thing to add later. However, for now, this gives me a little bit of a break in the color scheme. There's a lot of red on this bike. The previous version of the RLs, which were just the 450Ls, had some white accents like number plates and no blue, but the color, it wasn't just a wash of red like this bike. So this blue seat really kind of sets apart the color scheme on the bike, and to me makes it look a little bit like vintage, a little bit more racy. Definitely something unique, a little bit different, and I think definitely going to need some racing number plates. I do plan on racing this bike probably in a no jump class or beginner class during my vintage race weekends, so the track is prepped for lower jumps. So I think it'd be perfect, and really happy. So definitely got more grip on the seat. I don't think I really needed it. I don't think you'll need more grip when you're riding the street. If you do wheelies and stuff, you might benefit from more grip, but that's more of a aggressive riding thing if you're on the trails or on the track. So that's definitely stuff I'll be doing later. But for now, it was just all about getting that look I wanted, and I think it looks outstanding. So that's about it. I'm not sure if there's anything that I didn't do that probably could have done better. Let me know in the description. I'm still kind of a grassroots garage person just like y'all out there. So if I don't do it perfect, let me know. I'm interested to see what I could have done better. If not, let me know what you think. If you liked it, if you like the color, I'm going to put in the description where you can get one of these seat covers if you like this for your bike. And that's about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and keep subscribed or subscribe and keep track of my videos, because I have some more content. I got some cool stuff back there on the bench that I'm going to be putting on this bike here soon. So subscribe to stay tuned for all that content that's coming up. So that's it. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.